What's up, attackers? Kirk here at PAX Prime 2014. We are with James Phinney of Motiga. We're talking about Gigantic. He's the creative director. And we just got a chance to play it. First, for the people that don't know about Gigantic, which is a few because it's only recently kind of been announced, tell people about Gigantic.
So it's a PvP action game. PC online, going to be free to play, but it's really focused on having really fun, fast-paced, dynamic combat. We're building it for serious competitive play, and it involves teams of 5 facing off against each other alongside their gigantic guardian. So a guardian is this massive monster that's on your side that determines whether or not you win or lose. The goal is just to kill the other team's guardian.
Okay, and we just got to play a match. There is a lot going on. For someone the first time playing, now is there sort of like a tutorial, because there is so much happening at once?
Sure. Well, we just got into alpha last week, so we're working on the tutorial, working on a lot of other things. There's a lot of polish that needs to go into teaching people the game and sort of presentation, how people get in. But of course, it's really important that the game sort of explain itself. So there's a lot going on when you start to get deeper into the game or thinking about the strategy of the game, and the game is fast. I mean, you jump in, it's like, wow. But really, the goal when you first jump in is kill the guys with the red health bars overhead. And there are spots on the map where you can summon creatures. They turn into green circles when you summon them. They turn into red hexes as the other team summons there. Try to make sure you've got more green spots than there are red spots. Kill the guys with the health bars overhead. The deeper strategy, whether it's deciding how you're going to upgrade your character as you level up, choosing more specifically which creatures you want where, because they do like different strategic effects and have different combat abilities. They can kind of complement how you want to play. And then actually looking at your team composition and sort of coordinating, moving together. First time you play, you're probably not going to do a whole lot of that.
Yeah, the first time you play, you're just, I'm going to kill the enemies that are coming at me. But there's so much in the back end that once you kind of get the hang of the game, you'll be able, there's all these different elements.
Yeah. It's been really important for us to look at focusing on depth in the game. You want a game that's kind of easy to jump into and just kind of gives you a rush when you first play it. And I think, we're already at that point, though, still a lot of things we want to do. But we want to look at long-term being able to make it work as a serious competitive game. And so that has a lot to do with careful consideration of, how all the mechanics work together, how the balance works. And more than that, the process that we use to develop the game, making sure that we're bringing in strong competitive players as we're developing, getting their feedback and tuning things based on that.
So do you want to have some sort of like esports element to it?
Yeah. That is the ultimate goal for us. Had some success in the past with some esport games, and so really want to try to get back into that space.
You're seeing all the people playing it for the first time. Is it cool to finally see people in there playing, like getting their full raw reaction, and how are people responding to it?
Yeah, response has been fantastic. We're super excited about it. Part of our dev process is actually to try to bring new people in all the time. So we bring people in on the weekends at the office. We've been running Friends and Family and Alpha and tests with competitive players for a while, so we do get some exposure to it, but it's really different doing it at PAX, right? Just the rush of getting to see these big crowds playing it and getting to see so many people experiencing it for the first time. And, when you bring somebody to the office, you really emphasize, hey, we want to hear your criticisms and get their feedback. But there's always that little bit element of they feel like they're your guests. At a show like PAX, they've got a lot of things that can get their attention, so either you get them excited or not. One of the ways we measure it is how many of the games end with people cheering or raw, PvP should get your blood pumping, and they usually do, and so that's been great to see.
Yeah, it was definitely when we played for our first time, when I got the final victory thing, it was like nice, I accomplished that, and it was such a rush to go through and win. Although I didn't understand everything that was going on with the Guardians and everything, but I think after a few games, it would be pretty clear.
Yeah. There are actually just a couple things to pick up, but we found because of the speed of the game, you don't have time to take all of that in. The way it works is you've got the 2 Guardians, and they're so big and powerful, you can't take them down yourself. What you've got to do is build power for your Guardian. He'll go over, attack the other one, knock him, stun him, and then he's vulnerable. That's when you can hurt him. So the sort of preliminary stages, you're fighting the other team and trying to build power, which you do by killing the other team and by summoning creatures. The 2 things you're kind of naturally going to do anyway. And so you'll just find periodically, hey, my guy's powered up, and then he goes across to attack, and then you got to aim for the heart when you get that chance.
So how can people play Gigantic right now? It's in alpha, so
Yeah.
people can just go to your website.
Yeah, they can go to the Motiga website or go to gogigantic.com and sign up for the alpha. We're gradually ramping up the number of people in the alpha, but definitely go sign up now.
Cool. That's Gigantic.